The world is never going to be the same again.
I'm worried about the world.
The mass chaos and crises that there was in the world, it's going to be just like that now.
This is not an accident.
How long is it going to last? Longer than even for those of you that have some cash in the bank, way past your cash reserves.
Out of 100 people, 4 will get the message.
This thing isn't going to be over in a few weeks. This thing isn't going to be over in a few months.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, welcome to quarter 4 2021. The quarter of the most explosive bull run we will ever experience in crypto. Let me make myself clear, guys. I've been training for the past 5 years of my life for this specific moment in history. In 2016, my crypto journey began. At the peak of the 2017-18 bull run, I committed my most profound crypto mistakes by not taking profits towards the peak, holding for too long into the bear market. Ladies and gentlemen, I still own cryptos today that are 99% corrected from those entry points. And what that has taught me is that when you have a life-changing amount of money at your disposal, you need to take those profits. We still have plenty of runway to go. There's still plenty of opportunities available to all of you in this space. One thing I have to say to all of you is congratulations in advance. The prices we see on the screen today are going to be nothing when it's all said and done. September was a period in time we took a breather. In 2017, China came out and banned crypto. Now in 2021 again, in September, China comes out and bans crypto again. I bet you they bought the damn dip. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest opportunity you have left before these prices go out of reach. I can't stress this enough. And I'm going to ask all of you to do me a favor because I never asked for this. I'm going to ask for all of you to please like this video because it's going to be a very special one. Let's aim for 10,000 likes as I really want this message to get out there. Guys, I think a lot of you have forgotten. 2021, this is the year of the ox, also known as the year of the bull. And do you think it's a coincidence that I feel very spicy right now? That the crypto market is getting very bullish right now? I don't think it's a coincidence. I think this is exactly what was supposed to happen. We have regulation afoot. We have black swan events on standby ready to cause collapses to all markets across the board. But one thing is for certain. This is the asset class that has all the solutions to multi-trillion-dollar problems waiting in the wings to get all of that money in. Ripple is setting an industry standard through this SEC lawsuit, and despite the fact that the XRP community is very frustrated, we are leading from the front. We are the example that everyone will follow. The Ripple test is what they're going to call it. Transcending the Howey test. And when it's all said and done, XRP will have the clarity it needs. Do you think it's an accident XRP holders are getting all these airdrops on top of airdrops on top of airdrops, setting up trust lines? It's not an accident. Those who wait get rewarded. Delayed gratification is the key to generational wealth. XRP is the biggest laggard in the space, and that just means we are correct and will benefit the most. When we take a look at this website called cryptorank.io, I like using this as a powerful resource to help all of us gain some perspective. I love investing in cryptos that are suppressed from their previous all-time high prices. Ladies and gentlemen, XRP out of all the top cryptos is 72% corrected, not having reached its all-time high price yet. That's something to take note of. Ether has reached an all-time high already. When we go down this list, we see all these cryptos, they've reached their all-time highs already, or are not that corrected from their all-time high prices yet. This is something you should all be made aware of. This is how you get great entry points. This is how you change your life. Now guys, before I continue with the rest of this video, I'm going to point your attention over to my Udemy course, and you can find that link down in the description below, as lecture 12 will be my latest portfolio update, the most important one I've done yet, and this will be the most unique portfolio I've had to date. I'll be making aggressive moves in the days, weeks, and months to come to maximize the profits I take into XRP. If you aren't doing so already, please consider signing up to my mentorship program, as dates are available again, and the people in there are getting as much value as I can possibly give, up until the point it's too late. I'll be shutting it off to the public very soon, as there'll be a point in this market where it gets too dangerous to mentor people anymore. Please consider it. And now, let's get into this powerful information for today. As ladies and gentlemen, I believe Bank of America is ready. Bank of America was down just yesterday. It was experiencing serious outages. We know that Bank of America has a Ripple patent. And something all of you need to understand is that this is a technological revolution. This is a massive technological problem. It's an infrastructure collapse and an infrastructure rebirth happening at the same time. Problem, reaction, solution. The massive problem will be a technological failure of this system, or at least that's what they'll blame it on. The people get a reaction. They'll want the new system. They need their money. The world is having a financial crisis. Everyone is broke everywhere. Not the XRP army, of course, but you know what I mean. Everyone is broke and they need access to their funds. They'll want the new system. They'll beg for it. And the solution of an XRP-based system will be here when everyone needs it the most. Now guys, we have some additional news. Yesterday, Ripple confirmed that there was a press release about the SEC settlement. In reality, that press release was fake. I found it interesting that there was a fake Yahoo article talking about a Ripple settlement. Why were they so zoned into this Ripple lawsuit? That's a good question to ask. Why was this released? That's a good question to ask. But regardless, we have to prepare as if a settlement could happen tomorrow. We're not going to get an email. We don't believe BitBoy's sources. We just have to be in before the settlement, regardless of when it is. We have to be in now, because when XRP's price takes off, you will not have a chance to react. You will not have a chance to catch it. It's just gonna 3 to 10x immediately within a couple days. You won't be able to do it. Trust me when I say that. This price is coiled so tight that when it goes off like a slingshot, there's no catching an entry point for it. Believe me, it happens. Now, we have this from the Fed Chair Jerome Powell. This was a response to China's crypto ban. The Fed Chair Jerome Powell has no plans to ban crypto, and that's excellent. Me personally, I saw the crypto market react in a bullish manner. However, I don't believe a damn thing any of these bankers say. They always flip-flop. They always lie. And it's a shame that crypto people, when they hear something bullish like they have no plan to ban crypto, they don't use the same standard that they usually do when it comes to banking. The Fed chair says, we're not going to inflate the currency. What do? They inflate the currency into oblivion. Now they're saying they're not going to ban crypto. Watch them come out a couple months later and try to ban crypto. Look at Gary Gensler trying to ban exchanges, come after DeFi. I don't believe a word they say, even though I'm cautiously optimistic. Always be skeptical when the powers that be speak. We have to stay vigilant and pay attention because we're reaching a dangerous point. When prices go up, people feel safe and secure. You are not safe and secure until those profits are secured. Until then, you're subject to volatility risk unlike anything you'll ever experience in any asset class. Believe me, 99% corrections, complete collapses can happen within a few weeks, and I've lived through them. Now guys, let's pivot our attention to something that's been going viral recently. Apparently October 18th, the United States is supposed to run out of money. I doubt it. The U.S. Senate's Chuck Schumer is going to bring up a House-passed bill raising debt limit as soon as this week. Do you really think the people in power today are not going to raise this debt ceiling? Of course they will, because people in power beyond anything else like staying in power. They will not let the catastrophe stay on their hands. Government intervention will always be at play, especially with the individuals we have today. Keep that in mind. Now, one thing I do have to say before I can continue and play this clip is that if you aren't doing so already, please follow King Solomon on Twitter and on YouTube, as he's been finding absolute gems over the past couple weeks. And I'm going to play you a clip from this recent video he made. Ladies and gentlemen, Solomon does not hyperbolize anything. He does not speculate at all. But I'm going to say exactly what I know he's thinking. Holy shit. What was found by him in this clip should make all of you salivate. The hardest evidence that the IMF and BIS are in fact going to be using XRP. They're in discussions to use the XRP ledger. This is, in my opinion, only my opinion, this is 100% confirmation that we are the new system. Before, it was speculation grounded with a lot of reality. Now, the reality is even more solid. Please take a listen while this brings chills down all of your spines.
One of the current issues facing the GFS, or the global financial system, now pay attention to this, is the need for fast, secure, and a cost-effective alternative to cross-border financial transactions. Cryptocurrency may be the answer to this. We know it is currently being discussed within the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Economic Forum, with projects such as Ripple's Ledger potentially offering faster, more reliable, and cost-effective ways to send money abroad. For example, remittances. So, LEI Worldwide, who we know works with massive players, including the Rothschilds, State Street, central banks across the board, Deloitte, Apple, you get it. We know it is currently being discussed within the International Monetary Fund and World Economic Forum, with projects such as Ripple's Ledger potentially offering faster and more reliable and cost-effective ways to send money abroad, e.g. remittances. I get it. They're just discussing with Ripple as one example for what they're trying to do, right? Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, we can actually see the implications of what they're talking about here, because I can understand their skepticism, all this stuff. I'm certainly not saying this is a definitive thing. But this, to me, with these organizations that LEI Worldwide works with, we know that the IMF and the World Bank are at least discussing Ripple's Ledger, which obviously is the XRPL, to be able to facilitate the utility of the future of finance. Okay, that to me is at least a minimum. This could form a new stable bridge currency, liquidating trillions of capital held in reserves, which is Nostro and Vostro, obviously, and foreign pre-funded accounts, and provide stimulus to the wider economy, which is the exact economic boost needed in these difficult times. Also, Current payment systems such as SWIFT currently face a number of similar issues. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read through SWIFT. You can read through this if you want to. Now, the solution presented by the LEI can also be applied to both SWIFT transfer and a cryptocurrency alternative to SWIFT, as it is both interoperable and globally recognized. Both SWIFT and Ripple's ledger have signed up to the ISO 20022, which may potentially adopt the LEI as its KYC solution. This would drastically increase the number of legal entity identifiers in existence, which currently sits around 1.77 million LEIs.
You know what's so funny, guys, is that there's a group of people on this planet, I like to call them the Bitcoin Maxis, who, despite any and all factual evidence and confirmation presented in front of them, deny the facts of the matter. XRP has always been the one. There is zero doubt about that. And this was some of the firmest evidence confirming that fact. I do not hesitate when it comes to XRP because of things like this. Now, with that being said, guys, I do have to say one thing. One very important thing. In my opinion, XRP is so far gone the future #1 crypto on the planet. And I think we all know that. Every single dollar that Bitcoin maxis or people would consider investing into Bitcoin, I have personally decided to invest that into XRP instead. However, in my opinion, we need to be finding the next Ethereum. There are currently a lot of competitors to Ethereum as we speak. But there is one competitor, in my personal opinion, that will replace Ethereum. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, I have been an H barbarian for a very long time. Hedera Hashgraph is my second largest holding. I've been invested since 1.8 cents. And I've been able to see a powerful run up. And we've been holding at 20 times my investment. It's strong support. I believe Hedera this bull run can reach a price of $2 conservatively. And I believe in the future, Hedera Hashgraph can be a top 3 crypto. And that's me being conservative as well. This, in my opinion, is the most powerful technology in the entire space. And I believe King Solomon has actually stated in the past that Hedera Hashgraph is future-proofing. The future-proofing. You see, XRP and all these other cryptos working towards this new financial system. We're future-proofing the financial system. We're coming into the 21st century. We're making sure we get a quantum upgrade that is long overdue. But Hedera Hashgraph is the protection. Hedera Hashgraph is the infrastructure that will prevent any potential collapses of the blockchain. In my opinion, the most important tech that has been developed to date. One thing I need to put in front of all of you is what I believe will be one of the most important people in the crypto space moving forward. Please give Jordan Freed a follow. Founding member of Hedera, CEO of Immutable Holdings, and I'll show you why that's important. Ladies and gentlemen, Immutable Holdings owns NFT.com. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, NFTs have been exploding in value recently. Cryptos that have been part of the important infrastructure for NFTs have been exploding in value. Ethereum has been exploding. We see Solana is now a top 6 crypto despite some recent issues that it has. We see the lower fees. XRP and Cardano are working towards being powerful for the NFT space as well. Let me make this clear. Hedera Hashgraph NFTs, in my opinion, will be profound because, of course, NFT.com will run on Hedera Hashgraph. That is no joke. That is powerful. And they also just happen to own centralbankdigitalcurrency.com as well. Do you think that's an accident? No. Hedera Hashgraph is such a powerhouse. It actually brings chills down my spine as well. Any money I would put into Ethereum, I put into Hedera instead. I actually proposed to Hedera the other day and she said yes. We are in a beautiful, long-term committed relationship. And if you do not have exposure to this crypto by now, you probably should. Currently priced at 40 cents, Hedera's market cap is only about $6 billion. And I say only because I believe in the future down the road, Hedera will be a $1 trillion plus market cap crypto. That is me being conservative. Now, why am I, an XRP YouTuber, talking so much about Hedera in this video? Guys, the reason is because I will be posting much more content about it, considering, in my opinion, that Hedera is in fact the new Ether. While I believe Ethereum and every other crypto that has utility, smart contracts, and a flourishing ecosystem will survive, I feel as far as this market is concerned, Hedera will take over. It will be a top 3 coin, and I must discuss it and prime your minds for it. Expect more Hedera Hashgraph content from me, and let's seize the day. Now, without further ado, I'm going to play various clips from recent announcements made by the Hedera team. This will all help prime all of your minds for what's going to come in the next few days, weeks, and months involving this project. Now guys, please take a listen as I cap off this video for today.
If we look at actual statistics, use of the network, back about 5 months ago, we crossed 1 billion transactions on the network having been processed. That's a fantastic number. It took about 18 months from the time we opened the network to the point where we had actually processed 1 billion transactions. A few months later today, we processed another 600 million. So we're more than 1.6 billion transactions having been processed today. I think it's noteworthy to say that that's far more than Ethereum has processed since the beginning of Ethereum back in 2015.
So who is the HBAR Foundation? We're a group of tech executives experienced at scaling businesses, creating and supporting new ventures in both public and private companies. Most importantly, we're intellectually curious in all things and with a thirst for entrepreneurship and innovation. Not to mention, we've got an extensive crypto and DLT experience. We understand specifically, though, the unique value and superiority of the Hashgraph technology. And I guess, as importantly, this is for us at least a 10-year endeavor, and we will thoughtfully deploy our treasury with the utmost rigor and prudence. I'm also pumped today to announce that we've created the first tokenization and DeFi fund, which will be allocated over the next 6 months. This fund's going to provide support for projects that may be issuing tokens, building new businesses, bridging to other networks, and so much more.
If you do need smart contracts, we also have smart contracts. So we've had smart contract service from the beginning, and this allows you to do arbitrary logic. It's solidity. You can take smart contracts from Ethereum and run them on Hedera without changes. So you could do that. So you could do ERC20s and so on that have incredible flexibility. It's a Turing-complete language. You can do anything. But we are now adding smart contract service 2.0. This is going to be speeding up smart contracts immensely, hundreds of calls per second. It's going to be adding hooks where the smart contract service can access these native tokens that people can create. And so not only can the smart contract be an ERC20 that manages its own token and every transfer happens inside the smart contract, it could also manage a token you build at the native layer on Hedera, where you don't have to call the smart contract for most operations on the token, and you just use it for those things that you need it. So you use the infinite flexibility of a Turing-complete language when you need that power, and you use the infinite speed, the extreme speed of the native tokens when you need that speed. And so that is what we are bringing. We are switching EVMs to the Bezu EVM, which is better. It was created as part of Hyperledger. We are created a new kind of database. It's actually basically a NoSQL database that we've written from scratch, designed specifically for the exact Merkle tree situation that we are dealing with. And of course, it's open source. You'll all be able to use it. And this will be coming soon to give you fast programmability, fast smart contracts.
The fourth section is decentralization. And as Mance mentioned, this is really important to us. And we've been on that path to decentralization. And along that path, one of the key things that we've had to do is to work on automation. We got to make it so that running nodes is completely effortless, that you're able to just run the node and it does everything as automatically as possible. So part of this is that we've been adding support to self-diagnose and self-heal in the case of various failures. So, for example, if we lose a network connection, or if somebody trips over a power cord, or your hard drive fails and you have to swap it out, whatever your situation might be, as soon as you repair that and bring the node back online, it automatically talks to all of its peers, figures out where it's at in history, synchronizes up to the latest state, and then it's able to just pick right back up where it was at before without intervention. So we're working on that capability. And that leads us to the ability to have these permissioned community nodes to extend our decentralization story. And as we do that, you'll be able to run those permission nodes by keeping your costs down, basically just running the hardware, and the thing's going to run an autopilot. So that's really where we're going with our decentralization story.
I get 24 hours a day, just like Beyonce and Jay-Z. You get 24 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do with your 24 hours? You need to get more information. In our coaching program, all we do is drop content nonstop. And people are like, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. See, you don't even know what you don't know. How did you let me come from behind and clip you? Do you guys know the studies show the better we look, the more money we make? Which means your website should pass the eyeball test. Your truck should pass the eyeball test. Your people should pass the eyeball test. You should pass the eyeball test. Everybody in this room has a promised land somewhere, but you can't be stuck on the city you like. You got to hear God and go to your promised land. Your promised land might be Utah. Your promised land might be Minnesota. Your promised land might be Wyoming. Hear me clearly. You better use your money to get information and access, and you better be flexible, because a real shark is flexible. Can we stop fronting and get real about this thing? And if I can do it, you can do it. I knew nothing about life. I knew nothing about business, but I had the right mindset, and I learned it through sports. And y'all got to hear my story so you understand. I didn't even start on my college basketball team. I came off the bench. At the University of Minnesota, I came off the bench. But in my mind, you can bring me off the bench, but I'm an NBA ball player when you get through talking. When you get through, I'm an NBA ball player. And that's why I would walk around and say, you can't check me. You can't check me. You can't check me. If I was you, I would walk around every day and say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I declare it right now. I'm worth millions. I'm worth millions. I will receive my salary right now, but I won't accept it as my value. So whatever you receive right now, receive it, but don't you accept it as your value. Because there's more out here for you if you change your mindset.